Study shows farmers are losing more than $1 billion a year because of something called PRRS. It stands for porcine reproductive and respiratory system. The disease keeps evading vaccines since its first detection in the 1980s.
And KCRG TV9's Jackson Valenti joins us live in the studio with more details on this growing and an expensive problem as well.
When PRRS is detected, culling the herd is oftentimes the most economical choice. But that has cost hog farmers $1.2 billion annually in lost production, according to a study by Iowa State University. Now, I talked to a farmer who focuses on rescuing, not selling hogs, who's also focused on biosecurity to keep her animals safe.
Okay, we have enough sugar.
Sean Camp is the co-founder of Iowa Farm Sanctuary. She rescues animals that have been in highway crashes or natural disasters, and she takes measures to keep diseases from spreading.
We mitigate our risks by keeping animals separate.
Her farm has a quarantine zone for any of the farm's new rescues or any animals who are sick. But she says because commercial farms generally don't give animals this kind of extra space, diseases can run rampant. And research in a 2022 publication from the National Institutes of Health backs up her assertion.
When you're in a concrete building or a steel building with a concrete floor, they're living in it. You know, it just keeps, that stuff gets into their respiratory system. I don't know if you've ever been in a hog confinement, but you can't breathe the air.
A new study out of Iowa State says the economic impact of PRRS increased 80% between 2010 and 2020, and it shows no signs of improvement yet. Even the man behind the study, Dr. Daryl Holtkamp, was surprised by his findings.
It's bad, but it's been bad for so long that it no longer gets people's attention.
PRRS affects the respiratory system of any age of hog, and it causes reproductive problems for breeding pigs. But diseases like PRRS don't just cost money for producers, it makes pork products you buy at the store more expensive.
The only reason they don't notice it is because PRRS affects, has a relatively similar impact every year. And so they don't notice the price going up and down. But if you were to do away with PRRS overnight, it would have a big impact on the price consumers would pay.
You coming, Mo?
Camp says commercial farms' practice of using concentrated animal feeding operations, or CAFOs, makes the situation worse.
If you had even a 50% reduction in the number of animals in that same size space, you'd probably see a lot less disease.
The Iowa State study says the best way to protect against disease is by using improved biosecurity measures like proper sanitation of any feed or people that are entering a farm. In the studio, Jackson Valenti, KCRG TV9 News.